Swagatam to the sadhakas. Swagatam to the inspired you. Swagatam to the dynamic individuality. Swagatam tam to Shrotas. Swagatam to the Jignasus. Swagatam to the Mumukshus. Swagatam to the Shishyas of the Guru Parampara. Swagatam to the Bhaktas of Paramatma Ishtadevata. Swagatam to the Dharma Samsthavaka Gana. Swagatam to Loka Sevaka Gana. Swagatam to the Viragi Gana. What a beautiful these things if we make permanent in us. Wiping away all the opposite of this. That is a challenge worthy of taking. That is a challenge worthy of succeeding or winning. These are such challenges where we are the one who is challenger, we are the one who is the challenged. We are the ones who have to become victorious. Beneficiary is we only. May we salute Parabrahma, ask him to bless us to unite with him. May we invoke the grace of Ishvara to remove all the layers of Maya and Moha. Let all the gods receive our salutations, worships, prayers for blessing us with the incessant powers, energies, abilities, talents to do the due sadhana and reach the divine. May it not remain a dream to us, the doing as well as reaching. Now let us humbly salute with all gratitudes the entire Guru Tattva, the Guru Parampara, the Swaguru, and our Acharyas were there. Tireless, relentless, committed effort of teaching us without any expectation, rewards, returns, recognitions, etc. But for them, we could never enter into Adhyatmika Marga, understand it, and move ahead. And our salutations by recognizing the divinity present in the form of our Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa Rupa Shastras. Having saluted them, cherish, enjoy that we have taken up this well known but very rarely studied beautiful Smriti Grantha, our Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayam. Sri Rama's condition after thoroughly thinking, contemplating about his own upadhis and the happenings in the world, leading him to that Parama Vairagya Sthiti. Therefore, he was in a Tushni Bhava of not doing anything outside, not doing anything for anyone, not doing anything even for himself, including the Nitya Krityas, even Bhojana, Snana Adi also. Now the Gurus have come to save him, they asked. He is now narrating what went through him when he was in the Tirtha Yatra, even after returning. So that beautiful thinkings, understandings, which appear for a bhogi, for a samsari, to be difficult, to be non-acceptable, etc. But for a sadhaka dhyatmika, these are the most profound, beautiful. I know the listing outs are the contemplations, inquiries, or finding outs. Great it is, Sri Rama. He has just kept us all the dishes in front well made. We just have to consume them. In the sense, what way the Rama contemplated, that way if you do, enough for us to get the Vairagya. And that's the purpose of this first Vairagya Prakaranam. Then after this only, the other prakaranas of the Mumukshu Vyavahara ityadi become meaningful. Okay, we have started studying. We did 14 chapters. We are in the 15th one. The topic is Ahankara Garhanam. 4 mantras we saw. Let us see from the 5th after our initial prarthanas. Om 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ओं नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ओमापदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को नयाति पराङ्गतिम् ॐ यद्वाक्यामृतपायिनां प्रतिपदं सत्यं सुधानीरसा यद्वाक्यार्थविचारणादभिमतः स्वर्गोऽपि कारागृहं यद्वाणी विशदात्मपूर्णमनसां तुच्छं जगत्तूलवत् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे यस्यार्षं प्रथिता जगत्त्रयहिता सा वेदमाता परा यश्चक्रे तपसा वशे सुरगणान् अन्यत् सिसृक्षुर्जगत् तं बोधाम्भुनिधिं तपस्वि मुकुटालङ्कार चिन्तामणिं विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं श्रुत्या ब्रह्मैव रामः प्रकटितमहिमा येन तस्मै वसिष्ठः यः सीतां ब्रह्मविद्यामिव सदसि पुनः सत्यशुद्धां किलादात् यद्वाणी मोहमूलं शमयति जगत् आनन्दसन्दोहदोग्ध्री तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिधीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तं ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः ओं श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेवादि महर्षिभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभवप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दव संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति शांति कल्याण एकता पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां गुरूणाम् आचार्याणाम् आश्रमाणां संस्थानां श्रेयोभिलाषिणां शिष्य सेवक भक्तानां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्यादि शक्ति संपदा सानुकूलता प्राप्ति बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परम ब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित योग वासिष्ठ रामायण शास्त्रम प्रथम प्रकरणम वैराग्य प्रकरणम मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्य भूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ रसा तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभाति अवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम अथ पंचदश सर्गः अहंकार विगर्हण प्रसंगम। Friends, we have seen up to fourth mantra. Okay, he says in that fourth one, Ramachandraji tam ahankaram ashritya, taking the ashraya of that ahankara, which is paramam chira vairidam. It is the eternal, long-lasting and extreme vairi, the enemy. Na bhunje na pibami ambaha. Neither I take the bhojanam, the food, nor pibami, the waters I take. Okay. Then kimu bhogan bhuje muni. Hey mune, how can I have this other rajyadi bhoga? Sharira nirvaranartha required. Annapana also I am not interested to take because it is strengthening the Paramavairi Ahankara. Then how can I take those bhogas with which the Aham becomes more and more stronger? That's why yesterday we said to reach to Sri Rama's level of understanding such a subtle way, the working of the Ahamkara and its binding effects. Really, we have to reach to that highest level. Great, great deep inquiry required. Now he continues. We are chanting this Panchama Shloka. Samsara Rajani Dirgha Maya Manasi Mohini Tatahankara Doshena Kirate Neva Vagura. See? Kiratena Iva Vagura. Vagura, the snare, the net. Kirata, the hunter, which he puts either to catch the birds or the small animals like the deers, the wild boars, whatever. If that example understood, कैसे जाल में फंसाते हैं? Here he says, samsara rajani, the dark night of the samsara, dirgha, which is again endless, long, long lasting, goes not only till the end of this life, but goes into one life of the other. That is Dirga, Samsara Ratri, Maya, which is endowed with so much of Maya, the confusions and delusions, etc. Then Manasi Mohini, seated in the Mana, which deludes the mind. Just now is a Maya, Manasi Mohini. Mana itself is Moha. And in the Mana, Nirantara vrittis. See, the morning is the Vyuthana vritti, then Sarva Arthata vrittis. Yoga Darshanam, we were saying. Maya Manasi Mohini Tata is spread out. The Samsara Ratri, okay, which is Dirgha Ratri, which is Maya Ratri, which is Mohini Ratri. Tata, it is widespread. The Samsara Rajani, the Samsara coming to us whole day, whole night, whole life, life after the life. Why, what is this Tata? By the what it is spread out, this snare like of samsara life to all of us. By what? कौन है? किसके कारण? So, just like the snare is put by the Kirata, in the same way, the Kirata by which this Maya named snare, the Samsara named snare, put in which we are caught up like those innocent animals. Who is the one? Tata ahankarena doshena. Ahankara doshena. Why the most terrible, destructive ahankara dosha only is the samsara becomes maya yukta. Maya yukta samsara comes to us. Moha yukta samsara comes to us. This dirgha samsara. And here the samsara means the struggle of, becoming happy, becoming infinite, getting this or that, remains only as the samsara, just like quenching the thirst remains as the desire only when we see and run behind the mirage water. So, the simple thought in this shloka is the samsara is extending for lives together because of ahankara. This ahankara samsara is here compared with Rajani, Maya Yukta, then Moha Yukta, and where is it? In our own mind. Who is spreading this snare of samsara? Rajani or Ratri? The Vagura of the samsara Rajani, who is the Kirata here? Ahankara dosha. So, when we clearly understand it, if we can rise above this ahamkara, only the functional aham alone, in which what Lord Guru determines, Shastra determines to happen through us, alone happens, then only we are freed from that snare of samsara. This ahankara, morning kalas mein, in the Ashweta Shastra Upanishad, it is called as sabhasaya, that ahavasa. Remember only this much. I am not the knower aham. I am not the owner aham. I am not Upadhi identified aham. I am not the doer aham. I am not the bhokta enjoyer aham. They are all sabhas को belong करते हैं. I am the pure Satchidananda aham, in whom all of them are not there. If when they are projected at the time of projection, I am only the witness of them. More than that, I am not them. So that great ability in which I become aware even of this functional aham by objectifying it, not taking it as subjective self, we have achieved a great heights. In meditation, in Vedantic pursuit, which is not an easy thing. Intellectual understanding can be done. Like in Jagrat Avastha, the Jagrat Anubhava Vyakti is Jagrat Purusha. Am I aware of him or not? Yeah. So who am I then? I am aware of him. This is intellectually saying thing. With this, we understand that the conscious aham is different from the knowing, doing, owning, experiencing, suffering, becoming happy aham, which is called as the sabhasa in the morning class, ahankara here in this class. So to Swapna Purusha, I am aware. Sushupti Purusha, I am aware. Who am I? I am the awareness of all these Purushas. But getting carried away by all these, we are not able to identify with our real self. Because we got habituated to be any one of those ahams. Denial of that aham is what Rama has done and is teaching us. So Vyatireka has been done by him sufficient. Anvaya has to be taught to him about you are that pure Brahman. That will be taught later on when Rama asks for the guidance. हो गया। संसार रजनी दीर्घा माया मनसी मोहिनी तथा अहंकार तथा तथा means spread out अहंकार दोषेण because अहंकार दोष किरातेन इव भागुरा the kirata spreads the snare the ahankara dosha kirata spreads the vagura the snare of the maya moha ityadi. And the details we can work out. The सात्विक अहंकार रासिक अहंकार तामसिक अहंकार किस तरह का मन को मोहित करने वाले माया को वो जाल के रूप में डालता है एंड वी फंस जाते हैं उसमें. नेक्स्ट यानि दुःख दिस इंपॉर्टेंट श्लोक यानि दुःखानि दीर्घाणि विषमाणि महान्ति च अहंकारात् प्रसूतानि तान्यगात् खदिरा इव. तान्यगात्. Agat Khadira Iva. Khadira is a particular fruits. Agat means from the mountain and mountain type of mountainside trees. From that mountainside trees, from around the mountains, just like this Khadira, fruits are the trees come out. Khadira Vruksha born to the Aga, the mountain. Aga means mountains. In the same way, what an important thought it is, it is not at all difficult to understand, but very difficult to accept, tougher than toughest than to drop, therefore, the trouble creating thing. He says, Yani Dukkhani, whatever the Dukkhas, smaller than the smallest, say Lekar, Dirghani, which are Dirgha Kala tak that are there, Vishamani, which is terrible, unbearable dukkha, Vishama dukkha. Then Mahanticha, bigger than the bigger. So longer than the longest, terrible than the terrible, and bigger than the biggest. Mahanticha, dukkhani, who is delivering them, who is producing them, who is creating them is ahankarat prasutani tani. All of them are born out of the ahankara. Ah, how powerful, how perfect it. There are two selves, ahams. One is Shuddha Atma Aham, other is the other Ahankara. The pure Atma, Shuddha Brahma Aham ka Lakshana is Ananda. Therefore, what is the Lakshana of the other Aham? It is opposite to Ananda. That's called Dukkha. Therefore, as long as I have ego, so long I am in Dukhi. In other words, wherever, whenever, from the smaller than smallest to bigger than the biggest, terrible than the terrible, longer than the longest. Dukkha, whenever I am, understand that we are in the delusion of ego. बिकॉज शुद्ध आत्मा दुखी तो होगा नहीं, वो तो सुख आनंद स्वरूप है, और ये उससे हटकर ये दुखी होगा. Like the children going away from parents, they think they can be sukhi there. Some money they may get more, but otherwise, as regard the concern, love, respect, that protection, guidance is concerned, they don't have. They are dukhi only, and they justify it. ईगो है ना, तो वही तो जस्टिफाई करती है. एंड बोथ ऑफ देम जस्टिफाई, वाइफ एंड हस्बैंड. And what a sweet way they justify, huh? You are earning 10 lakh, I am earning 8 lakh, so I am giving money to my parents every month 2 lakhs. They are in the old age home, very comfortable. Yeah, मैं भी दे रही हूँ, तो वो भी old age में comfortable. This is what deal with parents. But they do, ahankar. The children with grandparents, that bondage, the grandparents teaching the children, that the somebody elder at home to look up to, and a responsibility in us also of sharing that burden of elders or helping them, taking them to required hospital ले जाना कहीं तो. अब पैसे देने से सब नहीं होता ना. But the ahankar, in the same way, all dukkhas come from ahankara, but difficult to grasp it, understand it. तो एक ही प्रार्थना आज से, भगवान छोटे अहम डिजॉल्व, Purnaham experience we want. This Chotaham, even if it is there, it will be only your instrument in the Loka Kalyana, not in the identity with the Upadhi, and for the sake of Sukha Bhoga with the Upadhi. It is the, not a struggler in the world, troubler of the world. उपाधियों को यूज कर गए हम, पर उपाधियों के लिए नहीं, समष्टि के लिए रहेगा हम, बट फंक्शनल, functioning as told by the God, isn't it? That state we have to achieve in life, pure, beautiful, like by good exercises, change in diet, by making our curriculum properly, whole day schedule, sticking to that in 5 6 months. Don't we achieve very good health status? Possible, na? करने से, if you get a good dietitian, good physiotherapist or exercise सिखाने वाला, and we have just kept everything away. बस 6 साल में अपनी तबीयत ऐसा सुधार लूंगा, and वाकई you have come out slim and trim and active, dynamic, even age of 70. मजा आता है कि नहीं वैसा? In the same way, life has to be made samsaric egoless. Functional aham is there to serve the world, to serve the Lord, to allow the Lord to express through us, but not the aham identified with the buddhi and feels arrogant, identifies with the mana and becomes emotional, identifies with the senses becomes greedy, identifies with the body becomes lazy, not that aham. You know, Hanumanji is the best example for us. In Hanumanji, there is no Hanumanji. The Hanumanji in Hanumanji is always busy in serving Ramji. बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल, नो अहम, मैं कहाँ हूँ, मेरा क्या रहना है, मैं हूँ तो बस भगवान के चरण में, सेवा में. वाव, देह बुद्ध्या दासोस्म्य हम, जीव बुद्ध्या तदंशकः, आत्म बुद्ध्या त्वमेवाहम इति मे निश्चिता मतिः. Recognize it. It's a very sublime. People may study very many Vedanta granthas, may even start big, big organizations, do lots of seva, all that punya goes on. But to recognize that there is an ego in me playing its own snake like play in so many ways, and going to give me dukkha and others, to recognize that is very tough. Baap re baap. किस किस रूप में ego express होता है, we can't say, which we saw yesterday, day before also. Okay, यानि दुःखानि दीर्घानि, यानि दुःखानि विषमानि, यानि दुःखानि महान्ति च, तानि सर्वाणि अहंकारात् प्रसुतानि. Agat khadira iva. From that mountain, there are so many khadira vrukshas come out. Like that example is given. Hmm. In the same way, like in the earlier two chapters also, through comparison, how the Jivana Vigarhanam is done. General Vairagya is expressed. The Samsara Vigarhana. Here also, Ahankara Vigarhana is taught to us by showing how this Ahankara creates problems. Let us see. Shamendu Saimhikeyasyam Gunapadma Himashanim साम्य मेघ शरत कालम अहंकारम त्यजाम्यहम. सो शम इंदु सैमिके हास्यम. Shama Indu. Shama means purity or calmness of mind, control of the mind. For this moon like Shanta Manaha, this Ahankara is like a Saimhikeya Asyam. Then the Simhika Garbha Sambhutam, Rahu. Rahu's Asyam is the mouth. How the Rahu's Asyam mouth opens to consume the Chandamama. In the same way, the Mana controller Rupi शमा नेम्ड चंदमामा को वो मुंह खोलकर ग्रसन करने वाला राहु के समान है ये वाला अहंकार. शमा इंदु सैम्हिकेय आस्यम. Saimhika means Simhika is the one who is the mother of this Rahu. Simhika Garbha Sambhutam Tam Rahum Pranamamyaham. We know that in that Navagraha Suktam, Stotram we chant it. Asya means mouth. The mouth of Rahu consumes Chandrama. So the mouth of the Rahu, the Ahankara, is the consumer of the Chandama of the Shama. In Ahankari will never be calm and quiet in his mind. In that mind, hundreds of thoughts, projections, angers, emotions keep on coming with this ahankar की वजह से, and they have to say something, do something, create havoc. The peace of the moon gone, consumed for the time by that ahankara named Rahu Graha. ग्रहण की बात हो रही है. During the lunar eclipse, how the moon is consumed by the mouth opened Rahu, Saimikeya Asyam. In the same way, the mouth of Ahankara consumes the Shama, the control of the mind. It shows that an Ahankari, not Anahankari, an Ahankari, English, he will not be in the control of the mind. He will be without Shama. Therefore, Nirahankara leads to Manashanti also. Shama Indu Saimhikeya Asyam. Mind, Ahankara is like Rahu consuming the peace of mind. No big subject it is. It is such a naked truth. They're all like hitting us with hunter only. सी अगर हम रिसीव करें तो अगर चमड़ा बैल की तरह भैंस की तरह है तो इट मे नॉट हिट अस बट इफ यू आर सेंसिटिव एवरी ऑफ दिस ट्रूथ्स रिवील्ड बाय रामा आर सच ए बीटिंग्स टू अस. If somebody says Swamiji, I am disturbed in mind, simple thing is he is egoistic. Yeah, he must be egoistic with regard to his knowledge that somebody has not accepted it, therefore his mind is disturbed. He is disturbed. Or he is egoistic with regard to his any other upadhis or upadhi achievements that's not acknowledged by others, therefore he is disturbed. ईगो है, मन डिस्टर्ब हुआ है, क्षमा नहीं है तो ईगो है पीछे, क्योंकि द माइंड इज ओन्ड बाय द ईगो. ईगो ही नहीं है तो माइंड इज नॉट ओन्ड. Therefore, anything happened in the world received and reciprocated as it is required according to the rule of law. Then why will be the chance of getting disturbed in the mind? स्वामी मैं दुखी हूँ मतलब बिफोर दैट पहले कहो मैं अहंकारी हूँ. हाँ मैं अहंकारी हूँ. देन अहंकारी को दुखी होना ही पड़ता है. मैं क्या करूँ, छोड़ो अहंकार. दैट्स इट. है ना. द अहंकार गेट्स फेड अपॉन all these vrittis are happening in the world because of which mind gets disturbed. These are all very sublime things. I am tempted to talk to you about this highest Upanishads and all in this regard as to how we are given such a strictest discipline to live life of Nirahankarata tested in the form of never disturbed at the mind level whenever anything happens in and around. And same people come and praise us to such a height as if we are everything. And for some reason, the same people come and crush us down onto the earth with so much of humiliation and insult. In both the cases, when I don't succumb to the harsha or the amarsha, that is a sign of a sadhaka. And that's possible when I don't have the ego. If I have the ahankara, when they praise me, फिर मैं इतना चढ़ जाता हूँ. When they insult me, then I गिर इतना जाता हूँ. वहाँ पर है this test in the world by Maya and by Paramatma is so tough. हमने अभी शुरू ही नहीं किया. There are no exams up to third or fourth class. पहले होते थे, अभी तो LKG से लगाते हैं. हमारे बार में 3 या 4 क्लास तक एग्जाम ही नहीं होता था. We are living life like that now. We have not become sadhak for being tested. Ahankara, sorry, Shama Shama Indu Saimhikeya Asyam Ahankaram. Let me tell you that right now only. Tejami. ओ वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र भगवान, मैं तो छोड़ दिया हूँ वो वाला अहंकार which is like a rahu for the moon of shama, the control of mind, calmness of mind, peace of mind. तो कंट्रोल कामनेस पीस ऑफ माइंड नेम्ड मून के लिए द राहु नेम्ड दिस अहंकारा त्यजामि. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड, आई गिव इट अप. One. Second is Guna Padma Himashanim. For the Sadguna Rupi lotus, this Ahankar like Hima Ashani. The Himapata named Thunderbolt. Ashani means thunderbolt. When the Himapata falls, the all Padmas they get dried, burnt only. Such a tender flowers they are. So here, guna, the sadgunas in me are like the lotus, and the destroyer of these tender sadgunas in me is the hima ashani, the snow fall, the snow, we call them as ole kaho ya snowfall kaho. It is like ashani, the very powerful thunderbolt type of hima, which is this ahankara here, which destroys the lotus like sadgunas in me. So guna padma hima ashanim ahankaram tejami. Is it not? You have said a very good guna of prema. But when the hunk becomes stronger, you go, मैं क्यों प्रेम करूं उनको? नहीं करूंगा. स्वामी जी को प्रेम नहीं करूंगा मैं. द्वेष करूंगा. Generally you are premi, but that one moment that hunk गुस्सा comes. Because some ego there. पहली बार स्वामी जी ने मेरी बात नहीं मानी. मतलब हमेशा मानते. हाँ इसलिए तो इज अपॉइंटेड. ऐसे स्वामी. गुण पद्म हिम अशनि. See the examples. In 1-2 months time, we will become familiar with the language of Yoga Vashishtha. अभी तो 1 महीना हो गया और 1-2 महीने लगेंगे. In what way the subject is introduced, the subject is developed, subject is justified through the examples given. Here the subject matter is Ahankara Vigarhanam. How the Aham is the cause of all sorts of pain, dukkhas. So Shama Indu Saimika Ayasyam Guna Padma Hima Ashanim. सेकंड हो गया. तीसरा साम्य मेघ शरत कालम. साम्य मेघ शरत कालम. Samya means the samatha in the mind, therefore love to all, therefore service to all, therefore compassion to all. That's called as Samya Megha. For that, this Ahankara is called like the Sharat Kala. Where the Sharat Ritu comes, all the Megha नाम के वास्ते रहते हैं. There is no water in them. In the same way, the moment the ego comes, the samatha, once the inner balance, thus seeing everyone as they are and discovering their dukkha and trying to help them to come out, all that मेघ रूपी साम्यता के लिए ये अहंकार शरद काल के समान. त्यजामि अहम. I am just giving up that ego. Ramji स्पष्ट रूप से is telling and asking the approval. Is my thinking correct? Are my understandings correct? Are my decisions correct? Oh Guru, please guide me. Shama Indu Saimihika Yasyam Guna Padma Hima Ashanim Samya Megha Sharat Kalam Ahankaram Aham Tyajami. देखो इतना समझ पाने के लिए इतना calmness, quietness of mind, introvertedness होना है. Rama achieved it during Tirtha Yatra because of doing all of that with all the niyama nishtha, as if all the devatas have blessed him for antarmukhata, for the vicharana. Because of which we have already seen 2 chapters. The third one, it will continue for next 6-7 chapters. Each of the samsara causing things he understands, and everything is creating problem only in the samsara. Therefore, he doesn't want to involve in anything. That is why he was in that mood. So when he is given the Atma Upadesham, Atma Jnana, establishing in the Atma Anubhuti, he will play the play as a Rama, the Putra of Dasharatha going with Vishwamitra, finishing Tataka, Maricha, Subahu, all the Rakshas, Sita, Swayamvar, Sara, he just played a play without the ego, with the Brahmanubhuti. Aham Brahmas. That is a glory. And this text conveys all the knowledge received by from his gurus, by which he established in the real self and got liberated. Okay. Shamendu Saimihikeya Asyam Gunapadmahima Shanim Samya Megha Sharat Kalam Ahankaram Tejamyaham. अब देखो नेक्स्ट श्लोक का इतना कष्ट वाला है फॉर अस टू अंडरस्टैंड. ही सेज ना हम रामो न मे वांछा भावेषु न च मे मनः शांत आसितुमिच्छामि स्वात्मनीव जिनो यथा. न अहम रामः. I am not a Rama named with all the other identities that Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabhavaha, a Raja Dasharatha Putra, a Jyeshta Putra, these gunas, these ganas, these रूपा. I am not that रामा. राम नामक अहंकार से ही राम जी को वैराग्य हो गया. नाम रूपी हम सभी ना हम राम न मे वांछा. I don't have any desire in me. Then bhaveshu na cha me manaha. You know, in all the desires or desire objects or the desire involvement in them or any of the people, the relativity with them, all of them are called as bhava. Bhava means emotions. Toward the objects, I have no desire. Towards the emotional bondings with anyone, name bhaveshu manaha. I have no mind at all. मदर फादर फ्रेंड्स रिलेटिव्स सर्वेंट्स एल्डर्स ये सारे भाव है. मेरा मन नहीं जा रहा होता बिकॉज मैं राम ही नहीं हूँ और मुझे कोई वांछा नहीं. द मदर फ्रॉम मदर सम लव इज रिक्वायर्ड. सो व्हेन आई एम राम एंड शी इज माय मदर सो आई रिक्वायर हर लव. therefore I have bhava for us her. Therefore mother I go to her lovingly. I myself am not Rama. There is no vancha and there is no chance of any bhava in my mind. So Nam Ramaha, the ego transcended. Namevancha, the buddhi transcended. Because desires come in the buddhi only as nishchayas. Name bhavaha manaha, there is no bhavana, there is no mind also. So ahankara, mana, buddhi, all the three Rama transcended. And in these three forms only the chitta expresses. When these they are gone, where is chitta? So all the antakarana Bhagavan Rama is detaching from. That's how in the yoga bhasha or Vedanta bhasha we have to understand it. The state of mind. So naham Rama name vancha bhaveshu nachame manaha. Then what do you want? Shantaha asitu michhami swatmani. I just want to stay stable and calm and quiet within myself. Swatmaniva jito yatha. Jita means the one who conquered his own self. Here Jino Yatha is also written. Jina is the name of Sanskrit name of Gautama Buddha Bhagavan. So Rama is the Ambar Avatara, seventh Avatara, and the Buddha is the ninth Avatara. So seventh Rama, then Krishna, then the Buddha Avatar. So next to next Avatar में बुद्ध के रूप में when he comes, how he sits under the tree, giving up every of the emotions of the mind, desires, as well as even the individuality. Then the Buddha, the enlightened, comes out of the tree, from that platform. He sits there, yeah, till the self, I know I won't get up from here. Shariram va padayami, karyam va sadhaya. And he got it, what is the essential nature. The enlightened Buddha is different. The Buddha's teaching ultimate are different. And the stupid Buddha's anuyayis, what they misinterpreted, that is totally different. Buddha is different, Buddhism is different, Christ is different, Christianity is different. They're all masters, great. misinterpretation of all the followers with their limited दिमाग. Enlightenment उदय भगवान का ही अवतार. What he taught, like any period of history, what the highest Mahatmas teach, the immediate generation के ही एक आध लोग ही समझ पाते. Like what Puja Gurudev's aim at. How many the immediate disciples understood only sticking to that? As the time passes, everybody interprets he and his words in their own way. Chitra Vichitra. Some of the cults form like that only. And they are cocooned in that. Then they become the wound for the huge Sanatana Dharma's flow. They become the cause of destruction or disturbance to that. Within because of the Anuyayi, very dangerous fellows. That is why teach Shastra, teach the ultimate truth. Don't have followers. Tell them, study Shastra by grace of the Paramatma and Guru Parampara. Learn the truth and realize. बनाया बल लोग क्या ना फिर अपना बना लेते हैं thoughts. See the thing, what he says they don't understand. What they understand, they think that is what is said by the master. And saying that the master has said this, they do all destruction. Like the Christians do, the conversions. Who told them to do that? What a crime it is to destroy the faith of some people. It is wrong, that's all. But they think they are their guidance, the guides do misguide that. है कि नहीं? अब किसी ने कहा उसको मारो, तो कहने वाला गलत है. क्यों मारते हो किसी को? सब एक दूसरे को मारे तो दुनिया कहाँ रहेगी? Very funny are these philosophies or these religions. So I just want to sit in my own self, like the one who conquered the self. So Shantaha asitum ichchami swatmaniva jitaha yatha. Jitaha means the one who conquered the self. I'm not interested in anything. No, I'm not Rama. I don't have any bhava towards anyone. Just I am to be in the real pure self inside. राम जी का ये स्थिति है. Then he says, अहंकारवशाद यद्यत् मया भुक्तम हुतम कृतम सर्वम तत्तद अवस्तु एव वस्तु अहंकार रिक्तता. No, I have not found a greater shloka than this, which is so tough in understanding, accepting, and living up to. Only the Rama can do that. The Krishna can do that. Heighted people only can do. Very powerful it is. He says, Ahankara Vashat, under the influence of ego or by the ego, Yadyat Maya, that by me, Bhuktam means whatever I has consumed, Bhokta ke roop mein, Hutam, whatever the Havana I have done and this, that the Ahuti, Arpanam Ityadi, Kritam, all other Dharma, Karma, and Upasanas I have done. Bhuktam, whatever I has consumed, Hutam, whatever the yajnas I have done, Krutam, whatever the upasanas, dharma, karma I have done, Sarvam tat avastu eva. All of that is unreal only. All that doing is not at all vastava, not at all correct, not at all real. Then what is vastu? Vastu ahankara riktata. The real way of life is freedom from ahankara. Rikta means empty. Ahankara riktata means free from the ahankara. Now, this sloka goes in line with what is said in the last sloka of 17th chapter by Lord Krishna in Gita. वह श्रद्धा की बात कहते हैं थोड़ा सा. I just मतलब there what is said अश्रद्धया without श्रद्धा हुतम दत्तम तपः तप्तम कृतम चयत असत इति उच्यते. Hutam means all the ahutis done means yajnas. Dattam, all the danadi, punya karmas done. Krutam chayat, any other things done, even spiritualities. Ashraddhaya, without shraddha, asaditi. It is as equivalent of not doing only. Asaditi uchyate partha, nachatat pretya. By that, Having left this body, no labha, no benefit. Na iha, here also there is no benefit of it. Without that's how before moksha, the Shraddhatra Vibhaga Yoga, the last sloka of Shraddha, power of Shraddha is indicated there, which is a very high level of discussion. I'm not taking you to that level. We'll do it when we study Gita. Vina Shraddha kuch bhi karo equal to not doing. Here the other way around. With ahankara, anything bhuktam, anything hutam, anything krutam, avastu. Avastu means avastavam, means not a productive, creative doing. Then what is the vastu? What is the reality? What is the greatest thing? Ahankara riktata. Emptiness of ahankara, absence of ahankara. Therefore, like when I am doing ahuti in the Yajnashala, doing the ahuti of the ahankara is the first ahuti to be done. Then, as per the mantrocharana, the ahutis are offered for the sake of society totality. That's called yajna. That's called puja. That is called dharma nirvahana. जिसमें पहला हम का बलि चढ़ाना है. What is the meaning of हम का बलि चढ़ाना? I am not karta devoid of the concept of God. It is He who appointed me, empowered me, even every moment. It is done by Him only. As said in Gita by Krishna, Nimitta Matram Bhava. He is Avyasachin. That's why I said very powerful shloka it is. Ahankara Vashat Yadyad Bhuktam Hutam Krutam Tattat Avastu Eva. Then Vastu is Ahankara Riktata. Vastu means the real doing, real achievement. Is the freedom from the ego only. अहंकार का रिक्त होना. रिक्त हस्त कहते हैं ना, empty hands. रिक्त गृहम, house is empty, no things to eat. रिक्त बुद्धि, buddhi is empty, no jnanam. So the rikta means without, empty. So rikta ahankara is called real vastu. Vastu means the real thing that is to be achieved. Again I will chant for you. Ahankara vashat yat maya bhuktam hutam krutam. By me, whatever was eaten, done, and ahuti yajna is done. Sarvam tat tat avastu eva. It is avastu only, everything. Then vastu kya hai fir? Ahankara riktata. Freedom from the ego is worthy of really achieving thing. That is why हमको कहते हैं परार्थ के लिए करो, समष्टि के लिए करो. Slowly, slowly, the concept of I and my upadhis, and for the sake of this, these three should go away. Aham, mama, mahyam. Because these are the ones because of which I am not in union with the total Paramatma, and I am always tangada raha in the growth of the totality. Any example you take, रेल गाड़ी का ले लो तो 22 wagons are there, goods wagons or any the train bogie जो भी आप कहते हो. No, wherever that is placed, is it not an individual as of the total, and it should surrender its individuality, then only the total train will move, and also that particular compartment also moves. और एक कंपार्टमेंट बीच में कहा मानो मुझे वो वाले पटरी में जानी है. The moment that two compartments get derailed, the whole train gets collapsed. Danger, na? As long as that patri, that wagon is there, uh, in that one of the compartment of the train के रूप में, so long it can't afford to act independently. And if it wants to act independently, it should be disconnected from the total train. When it is disconnected from total train, who will carry it? Who will sit in that? What is the use of that? Equivalent to death only. So till death, we have to work with the totality without ego. बट स्वामी जी कल तो एक ट्रेन गुड्स 84 किलोमीटर विदाउट ड्राइवर चलती गई. ये बर्निंग ट्रेन की याद आ रही थी मुझे कल तो। I didn't see finally how they stopped it. I was not having time. 84 kilometers he went on Patri with 70 speed without driver. चाय पीने उतरे वो लोग. He has not put that handbrake or something. वो चलती गई दौड़ती गई. He is really, it was a shame only. That was terrible news, huh? If other passenger trains have come on same track and कुछ हो गया तो वो वाला तो रुकेगा, पर ये तो रुक नहीं रहा ना. कितना बड़ा हादसा हो जाता हो. Very terrible it is. Without driver, you know, na yesterday's news. 84 kilometers a train goods moved carrying some bricks or something, cement, कुछ भी हो, पत्थर वत्थर टूटा कुछ, without driver it went. So don't say समझ में अकेले में जाता हूँ, नहीं. So अहंकार वशात यद्यत् मया मुक्तम यद्यत् मया हुतम यद्यत् मया कृतम सर्वम तत्तद अवस्तु एव. हाँ? वस्तु क्या है फिर? अहंकार रिक्तता. Therefore, with ahankara, doing bhoga, doing havana, doing any karma is meaningless. Therefore, first bhoga क्या है? Real enjoyment of life, ahankara rahitya. First havan क्या है? The offering of ahuti of the aham only. And what is the first krutam, karma to be done? Give up the ahankara. Therefore, I should have never the bhoga bhava for my sake, for the whole world. Anything I do, beautiful, it is for the joy of total, not for. So too, when I do the yajna, havana ityadi, all keeping the samashti in the drushti. Like we do every day 6 times our sankalpa for the samashti, not only for you or me, you and me. So to krutam, ahankara rahitya, krutam only real krutam. Kruta means all social duties. Swadharma anushtana according to Varnashrama is called as Krutam. Hutam is all the spiritual activities of Havana, Upasana, Puja, ityadi. Bhuktam is whenever the karmas give karma phala, consumption of using of them. So ahankar riktata is the real vastu. Vastu ahankara riktata, yaad karna. Conscious. Because the ego, how much ever it does and achieves, it remains as an ego ekanta for the totality. As a part of the total, the ego is a beauty for the totality. He is functioning as all individuals. Look from that standpoint. One Paramatma only, in all the Chaurasi lakh Jiva, in that Rupa is expressing to manage or maintain or the function in the beautiful world. उस तरह देखना है. What we do? We ourselves have an ego and separate entity. Then we look at each other also, apart from the God, other than God, as if, and God also is a opposite party to us. विचित्र है ना मोह माया, लाइक द अपोजिशन पार्टी. किस बहाने बैठ के कह रहे चिल्ला रहे कि हम इस गवर्नमेंट को उतारेंगे. अरे अपना चेहरा देखना इन्हें में. व्हाट मेच्योरिटी डू हैव? शर्म आना चाहिए इवन टू थिंक लाइक दैट. Such a great seva is going on. Instead of appreciating and all, what are you showing to the whole? It depends on the human, the citizens and voters of the nation. It is a proof they are बेवकूफ or intelligent now. 1 month में election आएगा. In the same way, nirahankara. Great. One more shloka will see. Ahamityasti ched brahman ahamapadi dukkhitah nasti chet sukhitah tasmat anahankaritavaram. Hmm. अहमित्यस्ति चेत् ब्रह्मन् अहम् आपदि दुःखितः नास्ति चेत् सुखितः तस्मात् अनहंकारिता वरम. Very logical technical thing it is कि हे ब्रह्मन, हे गुरु, ब्रह्म स्वरूप विश्वामित्र जी, अहमिति अस्ति चेत. When the ahankara is there, apadi, whenever there are apadas, the difficulties are there, dukkhitaha, that aham becomes dukhi. When ego is there, when an apada comes, that ego becomes dukhi. He is the one who is the doer of something natak, that aham, then he is the creator of the apada through that wrongdoing. Then the dukkha comes, he becomes dukhi. Now, nasti chet, if aham itself is not there, he will not commit any wrong thing, then the apada situation will not come, there will be no dukkha. Dukkha rahityam is equal to sukham. Therefore, aham nasti chet, the sequence of wrongdoing, apada invoking, becoming dukkhi. These three are not there. Therefore, aham nasti chet, sukhitaha. There is only happiness. Tasmat, therefore, anankarita varam. Shrestha way of jivan life. Varam is shrestha. The best way of executing life or living in life is anahankarita, without ahankara. See, indriyarteshu vairagyam anahankara evacha janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosha anudarshanam. 13th chapter. 12th chapter also भक्ति के टाइम में बोलते हैं. अहमोत्यंत निवृत्तिया, विवेक चूड़ामणि में भगवान शंकर तत्कृत नाना विकल्प समृत्या. अहम इज द वन which is doing hundreds of विकल्पास, बट अहम का अत्यंत निवृत्ति, उसके बाद सारे विकल्प का निवृत्ति हो गया. देन ओनली द परमात्मा इज रियलाइज्ड. सो अहंकार, द कर्ता, आपदा, दैट अहम ओनली बिकम्स दुखी. अहंकार राहित्यम, नो दुष्कर्म करता, therefore no apada arrival, no becoming dukhi, because no becoming dukhi, therefore sukhi. Therefore nirahankarata is varam, then only you are happy. We are not explaining it even 10-20%. थोड़ा हम literal meaning बता रहे. One has to contemplate on it, try to grasp the sentence, then examples in our own life and in the life of people, we see how this sentence is true, that whenever there was ahankara, we did something wrong, avada came, dukkha came. How do you say, Swamiji, when ahankara is there, something is done wrong? Because ahankara itself is wrong. क्योंकि पिछले श्लोक में बताया, यद्यद हुतम कृतम भोक्तम अहंकार वशात अवस्तु एवं, ऑलरेडी बताया ना, वस्तु अहंकार रिक्तता. इन कंडीशन ऑफ दैट श्लोक वी आर सीइंग दिस वन. Therefore, we said it 20 minutes back, if you remember. Somebody is dukhi means strongly egoistic he is. Because dukkha is not the lakshana of Paramatma. Other than Paramatma, ahankara alone is there. He alone does gadbade and creates dukkha for himself and others. Dukhi means ego. So ahamiti asti chet brahman aham apadi dukkitah. Nasti chet sukhitah. Tasmat anankarita is varam. Therefore, Rama's conclusion. Ahankaram parityaja, totally giving up that ahankara. Hey Mune, O Muni, Shanta Manastaya, with my mind at very peace and relaxed mood, avatishte. I just want to stay. I am staying now. Gata udvegaha. I have no udvega, the agitations for anything in the mind. Bhoga ghau, bhogaha. The bhoga, the accumulation of all the bhogas which are kept in front of me when I am not involving in that. The people are thinking that I am something abnormal, etc. That bhoga augaha bhangura aspadaha. It is like a bubble. Any moment it is destructive. Besides, I am not interested in them. Without ego itself, I am so happy. And they are feeding my ego and I am rejecting it. And they feel miserable and they think that I am abnormal. I am above normal. This sloka needs 5 minutes explanation. With this, tomorrow we'll continue. Yeah, there'll be 22 श्लोकास 21 है तो 10-12 है, हुआ तो हुआ, नहीं तो और एक दिन. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम न तत्र पूर्वोस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। अम्मा। Mm, mm, mm. रामा रक्ष मां पाहि माम्। ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव महान्तम् तस्य भासा सर्वमिदम्। ॐ दाशरथाय विद्महे सीतावल्लभ तन्नो राममुद्योदयात् नारायणाय विद्महे तन्नो विष्णुः नमो ब्रह्मा विद्यो ब्रह्मविद्या ॐ ब्रह्म। बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोल श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेद व्यास वामदेवाद समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता गण की जय। समस्त श्रुति स्मृति पुराण इतिहास शास्त्र की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। आज के आनंद की जय। नमः पार्वती मते हर हर महादेव हर। सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद जानकी जीवन स्मृति राम राम। अम्बे में आदि शक्ति माता की जय। समस्त श्रोता वक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय। भारत माता की जय। सनातन धर्म की जय। वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृति की जय। आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय। Good. In this way, so many beautiful subjects will be taught to us. Very great lot of food will be given for our thought. When we contemplate on it, very beautiful, sublime truths are revealed in which we discover what are the causes for our misery and bondage, what is to be done for our freedom and happiness. Let us thank वशिष्ठ जी, विश्वामित्र जी, वाल्मीकि भगवान, व्यास जी, वामदेव भरद्वाज आदि, and Bhagavan Sri Rama. May we become qualified to grasp the sublime truths that are conveyed in through them and live up to them and revel in the pure Atmananda. Nothing short of that. May it happen to us very soon. Thank you, friends. Join in 2 minutes.